We're going to go officially live at a little less than 4 minutos. Let's see what we're at here. Is this it? Is this what I want to click? How about this? And okay, sound check. That's a sound check. Oh, we got a fun weekend coming up. I hope you guys are going to be able to join us. I don't want to talk about it too much right now because we're going to have more to talk about once, you know, that we go officially live. Here comes the world's most dangerous walking in the door. Oh, I forgot about your... Did you still want me to braid your hair?
No,
I'm sorry. So... of course. Gonna have a fun weekend coming up. I haven't really talked about it much so far as letting everybody in on it, but gonna have some fun. We're gonna have several live games this weekend.
Yeah.
Several live games going. You want to show off your...
I don't know if people want to see that.
Of course they want to see it.
You want to see my boo-boos? I haven't seen anybody say yes yet, so.
Carl Floyd is on here. William Schmidt-Watson is on here. David and Kyushu. Bri G. Neil Morgan. Sean Peck. The Peck Tech himself.
Ooh. Hey, that's mine.
Is it? No, it's not.
No.
No, it's
I can't
not.
open one, so I need you to open me one.
Oh, okay.
I'm wounded.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah, come over here. Let's see. I'll click you on over here on that camera.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, on. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Beauties, aren't
Look at
they?
her beautiful scars.
Yeah,
Look at her
lovely.
beautiful stitches.
My stitches. Get them out Monday.
We'll see. We got a DW Low. We got an Adam. We got Carl Floyd. Thank you guys so much for joining. We're going to have fun tonight. We're going to have fun. I hope you guys hang out with us because we're going to have some fun tonight. All kinds of fun stuff going on. And we're going to go officially live in a little less than 2 minutos.
Well, I got my scars because I'm an old lady. My fighting days.
Uh-huh.
They came out to get me.
Uh-huh.
Carpal tunnel, no joke.
Oh, here. Would you like a sip?
Yes.
Since you cannot open a bottle.
But I am easily trapped behind a closed door. Can barely turn doorknobs.
If you know what I mean.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I don't know.
You gonna do something besides scratch your belly or?
I don't think so. I figure that's all pretty
We're gonna
much.
teach that.
That's
That's gonna be
the
the
end.
whole-
That's.
I would turn that ASMR off so fast.
Belly scratching.
To be
Woo!
fair, I loathe ASMR videos.
Really?
They.
Maybe you just haven't found the right one. Maybe you just haven't found the right one.
But I've.
If they talked low and slow about
No.
murders.
No, just talk normal about murders, and that's my ASMR. For myself,
that
it's
is
just
true.
like some nice,
That's
some nice
that's
true
her
crime
ASMR.
podcast.
So, it's 8 o'clock, and that means it's time for me to say, hey, everybody, this is Dave here at Pulp Alley, and I am with the world's most dangerous Bessy in the house with stitches, all banged up. So
knife
hopefully
fight.
by the end of April, we're going to make an announcement as far as where we're going to do Pulpalooza 2025. And Bessy wants me to do T-shirts. How do you guys feel about T-shirts? Do you think we should do T-shirts or not?
You want a T-shirt? It would
You
be,
know, one thing I was thinking is that the
Is this sticker mule?
you sure are cute
Thanks.
this evening. I'm glad you came. What?
June put on blush, and then she started to like continue, so she would on the brush and then brush it on herself. So and she's upset that I took it away.
Well, I would be too. So T-shirts? T-shirts for
I want a
Pulpalooza?
T-shirt, says Adam.
T-shirts 2025. So, I think we'll do like a fairly simple design. I think we'll do something sort of like this, you know, that just has Pulpalooza and the year, and it'll probably just be in white on a colored shirt, either red or black or gray or something like that. So I don't know. I guess, you know, one thing I was thinking is that we could maybe do it through our Sticker Mule store too. I don't know if anybody's checked that out or not. But if we did it through that, but I guess the big problem I think with the Sticker Mule store is that the T-shirts only go up to maybe 2X, if I remember right. So
I will say I did suggest that earlier today, and you poo-pooed it.
well, what I poo-pooed was the idea of us ordering everybody's T-shirts through Sticker Mule.
Well, that wasn't
What I'm talking
I
about
was saying
is something completely different than what
But
you
you
suggested. Completely different. Completely different from what you said. You're trying to steal my thunder, lady. This was my idea.
No, I'm watching in real time as you parade around my ideas as you're.
So this is the great idea I came up with. Is that? But I think.
But I mean, they are on there, right?
What?
Pulp Alley shirts.
Pulp Alley shirts are on there,
Well,
but
no, I'm just
not
saying,
one of
like, if
these.
somebody-
Lady, try and keep up.
If somebody didn't want one of those,
What do you mean if somebody didn't want one of these?
maybe it's a good reminder to tell people that Sticker Mule is available with Pulp Alley.
Sticker Mule has, we got a bunch of our stuff over on the Sticker Mule store, so you can go over there and you can buy stuff off of the Sticker Mule store. So, like, this T-shirt is actually available over there on the Sticker Mule store.
I like Sticker Mule shirts, I think, better than the Queensboro ones.
Well, see, the thing is that Sticker Mule only has like a limited types of shirt, but theirs are all soft. Queensboro has a wider selection of different shirts, and you can get shirts just as soft as these from Queensboro too. It
Because
just
you
depends
haven't
on
ever
what
gotten
you.
me from there, and I prefer the stretchy, like the softer. So I tend to wear the Sticker Mule Pulp Alley shirt that I have more than the Queensboro.
Yeah. So anywho, who wants T-shirts? Should we do T-shirts? So the thing is that we'll have to have everybody's size. It'll be like a pre-order only sort of thing. We won't. You'll have to pay up front, months in advance. We'll print the shirts, and then they will be available.
Do we have an Australian
What?
Pulp Alley kid?
What? In Australia?
Yeah.
We have folks that play Pulp Alley in Australia.
Caleb is there.
Caleb is down in Australia.
Our baby Caleb.
Oh, Caleb.
He's living his best life, bro.
Living his best life. Did he do like the work permit? Anyhow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Why are you drinking my water, lady?
Because you can't burp on live.
I know.
And yes.
It's really hard not to drink that and burp all over the place. So here's another thing, though, everybody that's out there, and thank you guys for all joining us tonight, because this is important stuff that we're going over tonight. I don't have my glasses, do I? They're probably hanging up next door. I want a shirt, Adam says, why not do a spring, what's that say?
A spring tea thing with a design, and people can order it if they want.
I don't even know what that means. So
Which would be a great version to go to the sticker mule store.
What's
the Pulp Alley store.
What's a spring tea thing?
Maybe just like a spring Pulp Alley shirt.
Okay. With the design, people can order them if they want. Yeah. Yeah.
So the idea will be the Pulpalooza shirts will be available for pre-order for 1 month. We have a set time. And then
and then that'll be it.
And that'll be it. It'll be a final run. That's it. Just for essentially just for that. I'm calling it a con. I don't know what we're get together.
The gathering. It's a gathering.
Ooh.
It's a gathering of people.
So that's the plan.
Okay. So, and then here's the other thing, though. We really need to know, for those of you that attended last year, Vern and Bob and Adam and whoever else is on here, and if you're watching at a later date or whatever. So, what could we do better? What would you have liked to have had at the gathering that we didn't do? So leave a comment, on this post or on this video after it posts or today.
You can do an email.
Do what? Or send us an email and things like that. If there's something that, you would have liked to have seen, because I'm all about doing things better, right?
I would also say if there was something very particular that you thought was like super great, that you're like, oh, I want to do that again for sure, would also be a good.
Teespring, maybe I have had trouble with them. What are they talking about? Is that a company?
Maybe.
Teespring?
Maybe it's Spring Tea.
With all of the chaos in the world, it's great to watch your videos, Dave. Well, thank you so much, Justin B82. Thank you so much. Glad you're on here.
I wonder if it's related to the B-52s.
I don't think that's how that works.
I think it is.
I don't think that's how that works. So, what can we do better as far as, the gathering? Would you guys like to have something different? I think for the one that we did last year, it was really much a free-form, show up and do whatever you want sort of deal. Like, no, but there wasn't really a sign-up sort of thing. You didn't have to sign up for stuff. You just showed up and played whatever was going on. Luckily, so hopefully that's what we could do going forward. But if it wasn't particularly structured, but I think everybody got to play as much as they want, unless I'm wrong, unless somebody wanted, more.
I can neither confirm nor deny for other people.
Yeah, so this would be a great deal. And if you send me an email, you could just write anonymous on your email, and then, if you feel like you need to submit it anonymously, then I won't look at the name of who sent it.
Well, it looks like this.
We have 2 new decks that are Teespring versus Spring Tea. You guys with your...
They make t-shirts. I use them for merch, but had trouble getting orders sent. I may try that sticker.
Multiplayer one. The final multiplayer one sidekick
was a blast.
Was a blast. Good. That was just something I just threw together at the last moment. I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'd like to do a game that as many people as possible could play, and I just kind of threw that. It was definitely a spur of the moment sort of thing. There was very little thought that went into it. It was just, hey, let's do this. And yeah, that was a ball. That was a lot of fun. I had how many people did we have? 12, 14, something. I don't know.
85.
They make t-shirts of Fallon. Okay. So 2 new decks are going to be coming out. 2 new decks are coming out. Hopefully before the end of what month is this? April.
We just started April.
Hopefully before the end of April. And for that, I think we might end up going to the other camera, because that's where we're going to transit. No, I'm not ready.
You ready?
Do you not see that I'm not ready?
Are you ready?
Will you relax, lady?
No.
Relax, lady.
Now?
Relax.
Now?
Yeah. Yeah, you can switch now. So, two things I wanted to show you tonight was a deck that I'm working on for Pulp figures. Have this range of that's called Mexican and Western or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But we're going to do a deck of characters for these. I think as many of the characters as we could do for that out of that range. Here's a first look at, can you see that? Yeah, I think you can see it.
Yes.
So here is the first character card that I got put together over here. It's a leader level character. So one of the things I try to do when I'm doing these is I try to make something close to a whole league out of a pack of figures. So if you buy this one pack of figures from Bob Merch that has these up at Pulp Figures, then it has 5 figures in it, and then I kind of look at that group and I try to figure out, well, who do I want to call the leader in there? And not always will there be a leader. Sometimes I'll look at them and go, well, this will make a good group of just backup characters or something like that. But this fella right here in the middle, this fella to me looked like he looked like leader material. So that's what I used for this character card over here. I made him rugged, a grappler, and fierce. So pretty cool little character. And then I thought tonight, while you guys are on here with me, let's try to put together a sidekick character for this fellow as well. So I was kind of leaning towards this fellow over here that had the rifle kind of up over his head.
Yeah.
But then I noticed this lad in the corner, this hombre right here. He has the double pistols. He's got an eye patch and he's got a cigar. An eye patch and a cigar.
I wasn't gonna vote for him.
I know. Are you kidding me? So I think that's the one that I actually want to use as the sidekick for this. So let's have some fun together. I'm going to just kind of talk through you making up a character. So this is how, I basically put together the character cards. So I have to go in here and pull this artwork out. And then I'm going to drag it over to the card. It'll be much bigger when I drag it over here. Check this out. Isn't that cool? Ooh. So there you can see him big as life and twice as natural. So now what I got to do is I got to shrinky dink him down. So what kind of abilities are we going to give him, Bessie? What is it, baby? Why are you giggling?
They're mesmerized by the blinking keyboard.
I know, it is hypnotizing. I'm sorry.
I'm always jealous of that keyboard.
I
love a clickety-clack.
I should probably. So I'm not going to fiddle with this too much, but, I try to find the right sizing for the character. That's close enough for tonight. So stick that artwork over there. So one of the things I also wanted to show you is that on these, and I know we've had some pushback about the idea of doing blank backs. So I'm going forward, I'm not really planning on doing any blank backs on the cards anymore. Instead, we'll have a separate pack of maybe 15 blank cards for people that actually want to use the cards and put their own artwork on it or whatever. But check this out. So here is the cool, there's the cool back for the character cards. This will specifically for this range of miniatures. So there will only be about, right now, there will only be about 50 cards that have this. And that'll be a quick and easy way to identify all of those cards from their back. And we're doing the same thing with the Tomb of the Serpent cards. We'll have different backs to kind of make it easy to recognize them. I really love this one. I think that turned out really nice.
David from Kyushu suggests he needs the Deadeye ability.
Deadeye, that's interesting. Deadeye. That kind of fits with his Deadeye. So that, and then there on the slip card, I don't know how well you can see this, but it will tell you which packs of cards, which packs of miniatures relate to the cards that are in the
so
the
we know
deck.
which ones to get.
Yeah.
To order
So if you
we
go
needed
over,
to.
you know which
Very
ones
nice.
they are. And then this would be the slip card here. You know, it shows south of the border, 50 character cards, yada yada. So that's it. So let's make up a sidekick real quick here. So the leader is not a bad shooter. I put 3 die 10 in his shoot and 4 die 10 in brawl. So definitely for this character, though, I was really thinking about a gunslinger sort of character. So one of the abilities that jumped out at me when I was starting to think about this guy was the 2 guns ability. We don't use that a whole lot, and I thought that would be a lot of fun to use. So I'm definitely going to use 2 guns, but he does get 2 abilities. So you guys help me pick out the other ability. We have 1 vote for Deadeye, 2 guns, and I don't even think that's a bad ability at all for him. And I have to kind of tidy this up a little bit. Okay. So I might have to sometimes you'll notice on the cards there's almost like an abbreviated version of the rules. You know, for the rule books, I try to write the full version of what it is. For the cards, sometimes I go through and I chop out a few little words here and there to kind of make it all fit on the card nicely. What do you guys think for the second ability? What are we going to give him for his second ability? Have there been any other suggestions?
The glare is horrendous, but I've only seen Deadeye.
Okay. All right. Then Deadeye it is. So here's another thing I need help with. What are we going to name this character?
What font do you use for that?
This is something called My Underpants.
I think it's called Underwood.
My wood. My wood.
I think it is Wingdings.
Wingdings. That's the name I get, huh? Let's see. Deadeye. Deadeye is right here.
I feel like I need to go check on her.
Okay. Sounds like she may be Deadeye. All right. We're going with Deadeye. Do I have any suggestions for names? Any suggestions for names? So that doesn't fit too badly. I won't have to pull too much out of 2 guns. But now let's look at his abilities. Do we need him to be like a good brawler? Or is he really just going to go for guns? In other words, where do we put his 3 die 8s? So if we put 3 die 8 on shoot, do we put 3 die 8 on dodge? Or do we put 3 die 8 on brawl? You know, right now I feel like I want to put it on brawl. What are people saying out there? I'd go all in on guns. Jalisco Jose. Interesting. So if we go ahead and just stick with 2 die 6 for brawl. I don't feel comfortable with that. I want 3 die 8 on his brawl, and that means I think we'll kind of hurt him on dodge. We'll go ahead and just drop his dodge down to 2 die 6. Or is there any reason at all to have? You know what? Let's just not give him any good action skills. Let's just make him all fighty, right? Let's just put everything 2 die 6 on his action skills. So he is there to fight. And if he has to, he'll dodge. So he'll have 3 die 8 on all of his top skills. 3 die 8 on all of his top skills. 2 die 6 on his action skills, his fighting skills, action skills, and then 2 guns and Deadeye. And that is our character. Revolver Ocelot. Interesting. Made a great suggestion. Go all in on guns. What program? What? I am a borderline Luddite, so I need all the help I could get. What program? This is a terribly old, ancient version of Adobe Photoshop. Like from really, really old. Just a really, really old version. Revolver Ocelot is a Metal Gear Solid character. I was joking. Okay, all right. Let's see. So, any good with Jalisco? Nicholas Furia. Okay, okay. Loco Valdez. Oh, I like that. Now that's a good one. Program for the cards. Program for the cards. That's what this is. This is Adobe Photoshop. That's what I put the cards together in. This is just Adobe Photoshop. Let's see. Loco Valdez. I like that. I like that. Jalisco Jaguar. What's Jalisco? What does that translate to? What is that? Jalisco? I don't know what that is. Loco Valdez. Right now, Loco Valdez has my vote. Loco Valdez is what we're going with so far. I know the revolver reference. You wrote faster than me. Oh, okay. As a city in Mexico. Okay. All right. Pronounce Jalisco. Okay. Of course. That makes sense. Yes. Yes. Loco Valdez is what we have so far until I get something better. So anyhow, this is how I put together the entire deck. So we already have, and I didn't show you this. This is the other deck that we're doing. It is the Exogenesis Retro Sci-Fi deck. And here it is. Now, I'm not going to show you all the characters. This one is a little bit different because it's going to have 41 character cards, and then it has 9 asset cards in there as well. So that's kind of makes it a little bit fun. So here's the back for the character cards. Of course, it's turned sideways because that's how it's printed. But there's the exogenesis for it. And there is the back for the asset cards that will be in this deck. So there will be 9 of those and 41 different characters. And here's a quick look at the Century Smith. This is one of the retro sci-fi. So this deck is actually built. This is the entire deck. This is what it looks like when it's all laid out in picture format. I'll show you one of the assets. And you get nerd points if you know what this is. It's a turbo encabulator. So really cool. So you could read it there. A lot of the scattered through the deck of characters, there are a lot of inventor characters. So I wanted to include more assets so that over a sandy place. Okay. Interesting. So it's got a bunch of really, really cool just retro sci-fi characters just scattered through here. A bunch of them. If you haven't seen Bob Murch's Exogenesis range of figures, you ought to get over to his City in the Desert. Get over to Pulp Figures and check out the range of Exogenesis figures he has. Really cool stuff. So that's one of the characters. I'm not going to show you the other ones because that's really the only one that is kind of like nailed down, and the rest of them are going to probably be tweaked a little bit because Bob has a bunch of cool fiction stories that are going along with this. So if you haven't checked out the Exogenesis, I think there's either a Facebook page or a site for it. Get over and check out what is it? Exogenesis. Doing a lot of fiction for it as well, a lot of cool stories. So when we do the character deck, we want there to be kind of a tie-in to those stories as well. So there's going to be some stories that a lot of these characters kind of fit into as well. So really cool, really cool. Anyway, that is how Shadow of Sonora. Oh, very good, Ptolemachus. It's people. It's people. All right, so we have our first character here, and then we have our second character, currently a Loco Valdez. Now, I'd like to know, do you guys like seeing this sort of thing? Is that cool? Is it fun to see that sort of stuff? For the different characters and how to put them together and how we put them together, so you could kind of have that fun stuff up there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Well, I guess that's really about all I had to go over tonight. Are we hitting that time? Yep. It's almost 8:30. So be sure and call your mom. Let her know you love her. And then that's it for tonight. I'll see you all next time. Good night, everybody. Let's see. Where's that button at now? How do I get out of this thing? Is it this? Is it this button? What if I click this? And I have to click this? I think that did it. Let me know if it worked. I don't know.